Hello guys, welcome back to Clatterbuild. I am Metha and I am a mentor here at Clatterbuild, and today we are going to be discussing about a strategy which can help you gain 15 on 15, especially in the maths section. Maths historically has always been a section which most of the students are always scared of. But please ensure that in case you do want to get into one of the top 3 NLUs, maths is a section which cannot be avoided. There are 15 marks. Maths is not at all a complicated section. And if we just put slightly somewhat more practice into this particular section, we can very easily gain an edge over our competitors. Especially when CLAT is an all India level national entrance examination, you know that your competitors are going to study maths. They are going to come prepared with maths. So at this juncture, you cannot afford to lose out on valuable marks, that too 15 marks when it comes to maths. And since the math syllabus is extremely concise, even if you take 2 weeks to just cover one topic, it's not going to take you more than 3 months to cover the entirety of maths. And if you take 3 months to just cover the syllabus, 3 months to revise the entire syllabus, you're still left with more than 4 months to gain or grasp a good hold of the entirety of the subject. So, that being said, maths is something which I don't want anyone to be scared of, which is because it is that easy given that you do practice from your end. And the one most common problem which I personally have seen students make from their end is that they start jumping right into the data interpretation sets without even knowing the basic maths. Of course, in DI problems, one thing which you have noticed is that the problems are based on bars, charts, pie diagrams, etc. But even in those, the numbers which are present have to be arrived at via you knowing basic maths, right? So, which is why please make sure that there are certain topics in maths which you have mandatorily covered. The important topics in maths which you have to definitely cover from your end are ratio proportion, averages and percentages, profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, mensuration, speed, time and distance, upstreams and downstream sums, and of course data interpretation sets which are based on charts, pie diagrams, graphs, etc. That being stated, once you know the entire syllabus, one book which even I have practiced from is this book known as Magical Maths by M. Tyra. This book provides you with multiple shortcuts, multiple formulas, which will help you grasp a concept of the topic at hand quickly. And they give you various shortcuts from where you would be able to derive at the answer very easily. So that being stated, do go through this book, and there is another book known as Advanced Approach to Data Interpretation by R.S. Agarwal. Now you have two books at your disposal, both available at very nominal cost. Now once you have access to these two books, please make sure that you find out one topic. Let's say we are starting out with ratio and proportion. And in ratio and proportion, you are first going to solve 10 solved sums from either of the two books. You will see that all of the 10 solved sums which are given there in the R.S. Agarwal book, all of the 10 sums are pertaining to 10 different types. But once you have solved all the 10 different types, you now have the know-how of how to proceed with these particular type of sums. Now, go to the unsolved examples, go to the exercises and try to attempt sums of the same type which you have just solved from the solved exercises. See if you are able to grasp the unsolved exercises or not. If you are able to solve the questions, good for you, keep practicing. In case you are not, do come back. Take the help of your faculty, take the help of your friends, but make sure that you know at the end of the day how to solve a particular type of sum. That being stated, repeat this process for 10 days for one topic. This is very important, guys. You cannot just face hardship in one topic in maths after 2 days, leave it, and automatically hope to get good at it, right? We have to keep doing consistent practice towards it, and for that, I only ask 10 days from you. It's only going to take you 1 hour at a very, very maximum extent. Other than that, the 5 days are going to be hard. You are going to fumble, you are going to not be able to attempt the sums, but on the sixth day, now that you've come way past the hard part, you will see that you're now able to solve these sums, which is why this thing is extremely important that you're not giving up right at the first step itself. It only gets easier after that. This is a process which I want you to repeat for all the types of sums which are available, as well as for all the important topics which I just mentioned. This whole process, once again, is not going to take you more than 3 months. And at the end of 3 months, you will now see that you're in a place where you can look at a sum and you're able to tell what type of a sum it is, what are the type of concepts which will be used. And now you're now in a position where you can frequently solve sectional tests pertaining to maths, and you would be able to solve the sums which are there in the mock tests also. Please make sure that while you are undergoing this process, you are not completely skipping maths, but at least trying to solve maths to some extent, and you're moving on or doing your best to solve these sums. After 3 months, now you will notice that out of 15, you're able to solve 5 sums. You're able to solve 7 sums, which is a huge, huge, huge improvement from 0 marks. So now from 0, you're jumping to 7 marks, which is plus 7, and now is all the difference between a third tier NLU and one of the top 5s. So that being stated, and now you enter your revision phase. In your revision phase, you give yourself some time limit and you try to solve 10 questions of maths. In that particular time span, see how many answers you're correctly attempting, and after the test gets over, try to see what are the parts where you made mistakes in. Is this a type of sum which you have covered or not? In case you have not, try to do that and let's try to move on from that. If this is something which you're honestly, consistently doing from your end, I definitely promise you that you will see a huge increase in score from your current score in maths. Of course, to a limit which is 15 on 15 is not impossible. That being stated, please keep practicing in the way we just discussed. In case there are any issues, do let me know. Thank you so much.